Hello everyone, myself Kausi Gupta, and today's the topic that I am going to explain you is a straight line. So the table of content. So what basically we are going to study in this topic is the definition of a straight line, equation of a straight line, slope of a straight line, intercept form of a straight line, point form of a straight line, slope point form of a straight line, relation between two lines, angle between two straight lines, family of lines, concurrency of three lines, and the last topic is collinearity of 3 points. So so here, uh, let's start with definition of a straight line. A straight line is nothing but just a line with no curves. So the line that extends to both sides to infinity and has no curves is called a straight line. So look at the figure. A straight line y is equal to mx plus c, which inclined towards x-axis and y-axis, and it is making an angle theta. You can clearly see on the figure. So here the equation of a straight line. The general form of equation of a straight line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where abc and represent the constant terms, and x and y represent the variables. Here in the figure, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is the line which inclines towards y axis and x axis. Now comes on the slope part. So the slope basically it is the inclination of the line towards the x-axis. We generally take it positive. So the angle between the line of x-axis and the line is theta, and it is called the slope of the straight line. And the slope form of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c, where C represents the intercept of a line to the y-axis. Let us discuss 2 points when we have slope 0 and when we have slope 9, when we have slope infinite. Then on the first figure we have line, a line is parallel to the x-axis, and on the other side we have line perpendicular to the x-axis. Here line making an angle 90 degree, thus we find that slope is undefined. And on the first figure we have find that line making an angle 0, so the we find slope 0. Now formula for slope. If we have 2 points, let's say a1 x1 y1 and b x2 y2, then if you want to find the if I want to find the formula for slope, then we have to calculate tan theta, because tan theta represents the formula for slope. Now tan theta we can find a b c in triangle. So tan theta is basically perpendicular upon base. So value of base is x2 minus x1, and value of perpendicular is y2 minus y1. Thus by the formula we got tan theta is equal to y2 by y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now the intercepting form of a straight line is can be written as x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1, where a represent the x-intercept and b represent the y-intercept. You can see on the figure this red line is basically intercept form, is in intercept form, which inclined b, which making an b intercept to the y-axis and a intercept to the x-axis. Now we let's talk a interesting point. When the line is passing through this point, that means origin, then line would be like this. And if line is passing through the origin, then the intercepting we found 0. So x-intercept and y-intercepts, they both are 0. Now come on with another form of equation of a straight line. If we have a line AB and making an intercept A to the x-axis and making an intercept B to the y-axis, then if we draw a perpendicular from this point origin O to the line AB at N, and then we found a equation which is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to P, where alpha is the where alpha is the angle where alpha is the angle between ON and the x-axis, and we can write it as x upon p sec alpha plus y upon p cosec alpha is equal to 1. It is nothing but a intercept form, like where a's value is p upon cos alpha and b's value is p upon sin alpha. Now now the point form of now the point form of a straight line, when we have a slope m and a point x1 y1, then we can write equation like y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. When we have 2 points and nothing have slope, then we can write the equation of a straight line like y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Now let's solve a question. Find the equation of a straight line which passes through minus 2, comma 4 and 1, comma 2. So how can we solve this question? We have to just remember the formula when while finding this equation of a straight line. We know the formula which we have previously studied, then apply the points which are given, then we can find the value, we can find our required answer, and which will be equation of a straight line. So here it is the formula, and we found the slope value and we apply here and we got our required equation of line. I hope it's clear. Now come up with second question. Find the coordinate of the foot of the perpendicular from the point minus 1 comma 3 and to the line 3x minus 4y minus 16 is equal to 0. So here a point is given and a line is given, and we have to find the coordinates of that point which making an angle 90 degree. Perpendicular means 90 degree, which making an angle 90 degree to the given line. So how can we solve this? Since let us assume a point AB on the given line 3x minus 4y minus 16 is equal to 0. Now it will definitely satisfy this equation. So we found this equation from AB, and we come up with the perpendicularity condition, which is m1 minus m2 is equal to minus 1. Here here we found that m1 minus m2 is equal to minus 1. So we got point here 4a plus 3b is equal to 5. And on the other hand, on since AB point is lying on the line this, so it will definitely satisfy this equation. So we found two equations, and on the solving two equations we got A is equal to 68 by 25 and B is equal to minus 49 by 25, and which is our required answer. Now the relation between two lines. When we have two lines L1 and L2, so they can be parallel, they can be intersect to each other at one particular point, or they may be coincidents, means they are on the same line. So the conditions are different. So for parallel lines, if the line is if two lines are satisfying this condition, then we can say the line is that the lines are parallel. If they satisfy this condition, a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, then we can say they are intersecting at one particular point. And if we found a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2, their ratios are equal, then we can say two lines are coincidents, means they both are on the same phase, same slope, same points, they are each have equals. Now the angle between straight lines, if L1 line is m1x plus c1 and L2 line is y is equal to m2x plus c2, then we found that angle theta. Here it is this line and this line. The angle between line theta we can find it out as by the formula theta is equal to tan inverse m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m1 and m2. Now a more interesting point here where is when the lines are parallel, means when two lines are parallel, so we can say their slopes must be equal, means they are equally inclined to the x-axis. And when they are perpendicular, then the slope would be, then their product of slope would be -1. Now let's solve a question. Find the equation of a straight line which passes through the point 1, 2 and making an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis where cos theta is equal to -1 upon 3. Here you can see cos theta is -1 upon 3. It shows that cos theta, cos theta is in negative in the second quadrant. So theta must be lie in the pi by 2 to pi. That means tan theta would also be negative. So by finding tan theta, and which is called slope, so by the slope and the point is given, hence we can find out our required value of equation of a straight line. Let's see the solution. Here cos theta is -1 by 3, which is a negative number, and we find tan theta is equal to minus root 8, and we know the equation of a straight line while point is given and slope is given. So we put the values and we found the equation of a straight line. So it's our value of a straight line. Let us solve another question where the angle of the line positive direction making theta with the x-axis, and the line is rotated about some point on it in an anti-clockwise direction by the angle of 45, and its slopes become 3. Find the angle theta. Here a line is given, means a line is inclined to this and making an angle theta with the positive x-axis, and when we are rotated it anti-clockwise direction, means this, so it making an angle 45 plus theta, and the slope value would become 3. Now we know the, if we know the gap of angle gap formula, then we can easily find the value of theta. It is tan theta is equal to, so originally slope is m1, and after rotation we found that slope is 3. So on this tan 45 degree, we found that tan 45 is equal to 3 minus m1 upon 1 plus 3 m2. Here we solved this and we found that m1 is equal to 1 by 2, where theta is equal to tan inverse 1 by 2, which is our required answer. Now the family of lines. The general equation of the family of lines through the point of intersection of two given lines N1 and L2 is given by L1 plus lambda times L2 is equal to 0, where lambda represent is parameter. Now concurrency of three lines. So clearly on the clearly you can see on the figure what concurrency means, that if two or more than two, means three or more than three lines are intersecting to a single point, then we can say that the concurrency occurs, and a point is common to all of those lines is called point of concurrency. Let us assume L1 line is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, and L2 is a2x plus b2x plus c2 is equal to 0, and L3 represent a3x plus b3y is equal to plus c3 is equal to 0. Then these system of equations are we have given. Now condition for concurrency of line is a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 a3 b3 cc. It represents determinant, and the determinant value is 0 for the concurrency of lines. Now let's solve a question. Find the equation of line parallel to the line 3x minus 4y plus 2 is equal to 0 and passing through the point minus 2 comma 3. How can you solve this question? So the approach would be, when we have a line 3x minus 4y plus 2 is given, and another we have to find the equation of line which is parallel to this line, means like this. So we have to find the equation of line this. how can we find? And it is passing through the point minus 2 comma 3. If we know the slope of this line, then we can easily find the equation of line. So how can we find this slope? And in the question given, line are parallel to each other. So for parallel condition, the slope must be equal. So the slope of this line would be equal to the slope of required straight line. Hence we find the slope and apply the formula. We just find the equation of straight. Now come on the solution part. A line is given 3x minus 4y plus 2 is equal to 0, and here we find the slope m1 is equal to 3 by 4, and for parallel lines m1 is equal to m2 for its parallel line conditions. Thus we found here m2 is equal to 3 by 4, and as a point is we know the point and we know the slope, so we can easily derive the equation of the straight line. By applying the formula y minus y1 is equal to m2 x minus x1, we found the equation 3x minus 4y plus 18 is equal to 0. Now the last topic comes here, the condition for collinearity of 3 points. So here you can see on the figure A, B, C are the points and they are lie on the same line, and it is the collinearity. So the condition here, if two lines have the same slope pass through a common point, then two lines will concatenate. Means if 2 points and if we have two lines and their slopes are equal, means they are parallel and they intersecting uh, on a single point, then we can say they are basically coincides lines, means they are like this. Now, if A, B, C are the 3 points on the xy plane, they are lie on the line. Then we have condition slope of AB must be equal to slope of BC, and it is collinearity condition. Now we can drive the condition for collinearity if we have 3 points A1, x1, y1, and A2, x2, y2, and A3, x3, y3. Sorry, ABC, x x1 y1 x2 y2 and x3 y3. Then we have condition slope of AB must be equal to slope of BC. By applying the formula of slopes, we can derive this equation x1 y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2 must be equal to 0, and this is known as the collinearity of 3 points. Now let's solve a question. Find the value of x for which the points x minus x1, 2, 1 and 4, 5 are collinear. We know the basic thing. What? If 3 points are collinear, then the slope of any two of points must be equal. So we can solve it, slope of x comma minus 1 and 2 comma 1 and slope of 2 comma 1 and 4 comma 5 must be equal. So we solved. So if points represent a b c, then if they are collinear, then the condition for collinearity slope of ab must be equal to slope of bc. We solved it and we found that x is equal to 1, and it is our required answer. So that's all from my side. Thank you.